Okay, so I've been having a look in my YouTube analytics lately, and I've noticed something kinda weird. With most of my videos, especially my animations, there's a sharp, rapid growth of views, and then as time goes on, the views kinda just fade and go down and progressively become less frequent. But with my Let's Talk About Flipbook video that I made last year, that hasn't happened. The view count has just been extremely consistent over time, to the extent that it could one day be my most watched video on this channel. This video has been the only video that I have made that has been steadily and continuously gaining views over time. So heck, let's just do it again! Let's talk about Wondershare Filmora, and my experiences with editing. So when I started out editing my YouTube videos, the first software I used was Powerdirector. Honestly, I'm glad that I started out with this software. It wasn't great, but it was good for beginners such as myself. That's its greatest pro. It's great for beginners, but now that I've moved on to superior softwares, I honestly just can't take it seriously anymore. It's the software you get when you need to make a video project for school last minute and you don't know a thing about editing. I will say though that when I was using it, there were a lot of glitches and crashes deleting my progress to the point where it was basically unusable. This happened months after I started using the software, and until then, everything was fine. Leading me to believe that the software's con is that it just isn't designed for longevity or doesn't last very long. Okay, now on to the real bangers and mash of the video. Wondershare Filmora. I think I remember paying like $20 for this, and I can't really say that it was worth it. I wouldn't say it was necessarily bad, but I don't remember enough about how the software works to actually call it that. All I remember is that working on this software was kinda stressful for me. I don't know if it was just the layout that I was using at the time or if the actual tools of the software were really flawed. And yes, there were a lot of crashes and my progress would be deleted, but I'm not sure if it happened to the extent that it did on Powerdirector. Another thing I remember is just how laggy it was, to the point where I couldn't accurately review my editing or even edit properly. I couldn't cut clips to the precision that I liked, and overall, this software was just kinda hard to work with. Its pro is that, I don't know, it's cheap. It costs like $20 for the full version, and it was a decent enough platform for editing. Its con that it's just laggy and stressful to work with. I don't know what else to say. When I got my new computer, I decided to move on to new editing softwares. I did some research, aka me just looking up one of those top 5 editing software videos on the internet, and ended up moving to the vastly superior and free DaVinci Resolve. It's definitely a lot smoother, and the layout is a lot more appealing. It's easier to edit with. There's more freedom in terms of how many timelines you can use. I'm much less stressed when I'm working on this software. Of course, there's quite a bit of stuff I can't do in the software because I don't want to buy the full software because I'm a cheapskate.
And you know the thing that they have in common? They're cheap.
But overall, it's much better. There are still crashes, but I don't remember ever losing any progress because of it. And it's still laggy when I try to review my editing, but not to the extent that it was in Wondershare Filmora. So for pro, I'd say it's more appealing and easier to use, and a con would be that it's still laggy. If anyone working from the DaVinci Resolve company place is watching this, if you could make it so that there was some way to watch your video without any lag, that would be awesome. Like maybe render it without exporting it or something. And there may already be a way, but I just don't know about it, so please tell me in the comments if I'm missing out. I really recommend DaVinci Resolve, but at the same time I urge you to do your research and figure out which software works best for you specifically, so you can make the best videos that you can make. On one final note, shameless plug, if this video manages to get the same, if not more than the amount of traffic as my flipbook video, and if you've managed to watch this video all the way to the end, I urge you to please check out my animations and give some constructive criticism. It would be nice if more views were directed towards my project that I put time and passion into. Either way, I hope you like this video, and I hope you come back for more. See ya!